My name is Archibald Chesterfield III. I'm a YouTube entertainer and celebrity, and I'd like to thank you for watching this video. Hi guys, Archie Luxury channel. Today's question is, what wristwatch do we buy for a nephew? That's right, what wristwatch do we buy for a nephew? And let's discuss this. So, for example, we've got a nephew or a person we want to buy a quality gift. It might be a 21st birthday present. What do we buy? Now, our own collection of watches. We may have a Rolex sports watch. We may have an Omega Speedmaster, man on the fucking moon. We might have an IWC, and then we got to buy a present for a nephew. What do we buy? What do we do? He's indicated he's bit watch friendly, and the question comes out there, what do we do? Because I'm sorry to say it, fuckers, we have financial constraints which we gotta live within. And this is a problem, because if we were super rich, we'd buy that little pipsqueak an Omega. We'd buy him a Speedmaster, or we'd buy him a Seamaster. We'd buy him if we were really comfortable. But that's gonna cause hurt. We barely got away with sneaking the IWC into the house last time. How could we possibly spend thousands on a gift? And the answer is you can't. We've got constraints. We're stuck being middle-class fuckers. So then you look at, well, what can we do then? Why do we buy this little punk? He's indicated he likes watches. What can we do? And this is a bit of a problem, because quality Swiss watches, they are fucking expensive. They are fucking expensive. So what can you give somebody? And how would... Okay, so let's look at that. What can you give? Well, it depends how rich or how much money you want to spend. Say, for example, someone's 21st. Well, maybe you'd have a budget. See, the problem is, how much are we going to give this little fucker? Say we got a budget of $250. Well, let's be completely honest. You don't fucking get much in wristwatch for $250. This is where it gets hard, fuckers, because it's tough being lower middle class. Maybe we could brandy with a few people who are going to get him a present. We could chip in and get him one piece. So, what would you get him? What would you get him? And this is a tricky fucking question. You're not going to get anything decent on the used market less than $2,500. You're not going to get anything decent. And you don't want a puffy little... Sorry. We don't want a super small little dress watch with no waterproofing. It's not going to be a long-lasting piece. So what brands do you look at as an alternative? And I hate to recommend these brands, because it really... We're moving into shitter territory. We really are.
We specialize in the repair of Rolex and Patek Philippe watches. We've been doing the same thing for more than 25 years. We have Rolex technicians certified by Rolex who actually used to work for the company for many years, like if we do in the work at the factory. We completely disassemble the watch and we put it to work like brand new condition. When you get a pre-owned watch, it's like if you're getting a brand new unit. The only difference is the money.
Sorry about that. That was the shitter police warning me not to mention shitters. Shitters. But I gotta tell you, what do we do there? And I never support the buying of mid-tier or low-end watches. But what would I recommend if it had to be done? If it had to be done, what would I recommend? I would have to say, if you must buy medium-priced watches, I would say there's a few brands that come to mind as being semi-decent. I'd have to say, at the low end, at the absolute low end, you'd have to consider Seiko. You'd have to consider Seiko because all in-house, many firsts have been achieved by Seiko. And as you move up the Seiko food chain, we start to have some really cool pieces. If possible, we could go to the Presage level. The Presage level is reasonable. Bit of finishing there, nicely done. The low-end nasty level is a Japanese movement in a Chinese case. Little bit on the nasty side. And at the high end, we got Grand Seiko. But let's be honest there, you'd have to have rocks in your head to spend Rolex money on a Seiko. So if you gotta buy cheap, you gotta buy Seiko is a viable alternative. Okay, we want to go Swiss. We want to go Swiss. Swiss fuckers, why do we go? What's a decent Swiss brand? And I would have to say, there can only be one brand which I don't instantly vomit. ARCHIE'S, that's right, ARCHIE'S. Surprisingly good bang per buck and value. Surprisingly good bang per buck. ARCHIE'S themselves there, okay, it's not the highest quality Swiss piece, but it's entering semi-decent kind of level there. So ARCHIE'S is a brand I think you could turn to. ARCHIE'S is a brand. What else can you turn to? Well, that is a very good question. And a lot of horological decisions have to be made here. I'd be staying away from a lot of the mid-tier. I'd stay away from brands like Longines. A lot of fashion brands I'd be staying away from. So I think if you gotta go discount, you gotta go cheap, gotta go affordable, Seiko is a good contender. And if you want to go Swiss, ARCHIE'S. I think that is a reasonable way to go. It's not the way I'd like to go. But that's two brands, two huge ranges of watches for you lower middle class fuckers to consider. I'm Archie Luxury. Tell me what you fuckers think of that.